injury update on Austin Blythe. He's making good progress. He's still going to be day-to-day. He won't practice today. And the same thing with Tyler Higbee. Yeah, Malcolm had a little bit of a sore ankle, Lindsey. He should be okay. We were more than anything when he kind of just communicated that there was some soreness. Let's just better off being smart with it. And that was kind of the approach that we took. He's feeling better today, so anticipate him participating. Aaron's feeling better as well, and he's going to go today as well. I think it's a good question. I think we really are just taking it day by day, Gary. So we'll find out Sunday at 8. Actually, you'll find out before because I got to turn the inactives in before then, right? Yep. Yeah, absolutely. It's a good question, and really it's about just, applying pressure to an offense by mixing up some of the looks, bringing certain guys going forward. Typically you're used to just a 4-man rush. Let's maybe think about bringing 5, 6, even 7, just changing up some different things, being aware of what we've done to not let them dictate the circumstances. So we always want to try to apply pressure to our opponents. I know most teams feel that way, vice versa, but that is kind of an overall philosophy where we're going to be aggressive but smart on offense, defense, and special teams. Really not much. Tyler's a very, very important piece, but, Wes Phillips is coaching Gerald up to be able to do all the things that you've seen Tyler do in some of those early down and distances. We've seen Gerald play in a lot of those early downs as well, but then also be a key contributor in some of our known passing situations. But Gerald is more than capable of doing those types of things, as is Johnny Munt. If Tyler's down, then he'll be up. Yeah, it's really, there's trends in the league that go around, situationally, schematically. Those are things that you kind of just want to always adapt and evolve in certain ways that you've seen, us get defended differently. But, you look around the league and you see some of that defensive structure showing up in some different places. So it's really, I think a lot of times, in the offseason especially, all the coaches around the league get a chance to really have access to every single play that occurred during that previous season. You're going to study some of the teams that maybe had some success or that do some different things that you feel like fit schematically and situationally for your players. And that's where you kind of just see some of the things adjust year to year. And, it's like a lot of people made a big deal about, some of the fly motions, different things like that, or the jet sweeps. And I think you see some trends, but at the end of the day, Vinny, a lot of the things go back to the fundamentals, techniques, executing, and being able to do the things that have consistently enabled teams to execute, whether it be on offense or defense over time. Yep. Well, it depends on the situation. A lot of the calls that you see and a lot of the calls that we make offensively or that defensive coordinators make defensively are predicated on the situation. Some of your 1st and 10 calls are going to be different than your 3rd down menu. So I think you see consistent themes in terms of, what's the intent of the call? Are you trying to beat a protection by overloading the back in a 3rd down situation? Are you trying to stop the run game, by, creating, a chance of loading the front so that you minimize the opportunity to get some of your combination blocks? So I think it goes back to what the intent is. There's certain defensive systems and offensive systems that have core foundational elements to it. And then like anything else, we'll steal plays from other people if we feel like it fits. But I think it all goes back to what's the baseline identity. I mean, you see how productive Seattle's been for so long. The famous 3 deep 4 underneath that they play. You see kind of similar schemes in San Francisco, Jacksonville, Atlanta. So it really just depends on who you're talking about and kind of what their identity is and then how they adjust and adapt by year. Yeah. Yeah, we talked about it last week. You know, he told me that it was going to take place at halftime, but I want to make sure that, you know, we're understanding to making our adjustments, but then understand what a special moment this is for him, his family, and to be able to experience that and to be there playing on the opposing team that night is pretty unique, and hopefully this will lead to, you know, getting inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame as well. Yeah. What do you think about Clay, where he's at with his age and how well he's doing this year, maybe how many years he has left? Yeah, I mean, he sure looks like he's doing really well. I mean, one of the reasons why we wanted him here so badly, Lindsey, is because we saw it firsthand with how productive he was defending us when we played the Packers the previous year. He influenced the game in a variety of ways. You know, I've been a fan of his, just watching his versatility in terms of the different things that you can do with him, how smart he is. He's twitchy. He's feeling good. I think you guys have all seen what he's done over the first couple games, and he continues on this trajectory. It's going to be really good for the Rams, and it's been good for the Rams so far, and we're really fortunate to have him. Yeah, you know, I think what you see, you know, I think, you know, you have a natural tendency to go towards, okay, if it's a smaller in stature, but what you see is a guy that plays the position at a really high level. He can make plays in rhythm. There's no throws that he can't make. You know, I think he does a great job. He can drive intermediate in breaking cuts. I mean, you see a 3rd and long that he hit against the Jets. Does a great job manipulating the coverage with his eyes and then hitting the backside dig. He can create off schedule as well as anybody. And then just the fiery competitor. So, I mean, he's playing the position at a high level. He's making good decisions. You know, everybody makes a big deal about, you know, how long you're holding it, whatever. Well, each play, sometimes he's doing a great job recognizing a 3-man rush, break and contain, and then guys are working for him off schedule. So, when you flip the film on, you see a really good quarterback who's only getting better and who's a great competitor that makes people around him better. Yeah. Well, I think that's what's so hard about the quarterback position, Vinny, is there's so many different situations, circumstances that dictate whatever that answer is. But ultimately, if the things are there in rhythm, you know, you want guys to read with your feet, play within the timing and rhythm of the play, understanding that there's 22 moving parts that don't go exactly how you want it as a coach. So I think there's a feel to it, knowing when, okay, if the rush lanes are, you know, if they're not there, the integrity is lost, can I break, contain, getting some depth while keeping my eyes down the field? And I think as much as anything, it's a feel. And I think he's got a great feel for when to stay in rhythm or maybe even off schedule in the pocket if the rush allows, or if he's got to get flushed, and then guys do a great job working for him off schedule. Oh, it's a great challenge. Yeah, you're saying what kind of challenges does it pose? Incredible. I mean, anytime, because now what that does is you're not having a static target that he might not be in a consistent launch point. He has the ability to make you miss. And then that also stresses the 2nd and 3rd levels, because now you're having to maintain coverage integrity longer. With some of your zone stuffs, you really have a chance to break down. And then it's really hard to cover in man as it is against, you know, the caliber of players in this league, let alone when you start holding the ball for a little bit longer. So it's a problem. Yeah, he's a great player. Consistently, you know, really, he's got the ability to score at any point, no matter where he catches it. I mean, that's referenced by last week, you know, with the Jets. But there's not many players in this league that can catch short, intermediate, down the field and can literally score on any single moment, any play. He's an explosive play waiting to happen. He's got great feel for how to separate in terms of his body control. Everybody sees, you know, what great hands that he has. So. They move him all around. There's really no limitations in his game, and you see why he's been so productive and why he is, you know, a great challenge for us that we're looking forward to on Sunday night. Okay. Thanks, guys.